So in order to drive traffic, we're going to need a tracking link. Now I'll discuss how to set that up within the tracking section of the course. But before we can generate that tracking link, we're going to need a domain name to input in our tracker in order to generate that. So in this step, I recommend you buy a domain name where it really doesn't matter, but I would make one suggestion when it comes to actually creating the name for your domain. And I would recommend that you create a general name that could potentially cover multiple niches and multiple spectrums of different type of product promotions. And the reason for that is because when you begin launching campaigns and spying on campaigns, chances are you're going to launch campaigns in a variety of niches that may not be the same, and the product variants may be so different, so that if you at least have a general name for a domain, then your website at the very least kind of fits and makes sense as to what you're promoting. For example, typical general stuff that you'll see out there is like blog, news, etc. Something like that, like healthy living. It's like general health stuff, homemade gear or house gear, housing lifestyles, etc. Stuff like that in general is typically all you really need. It doesn't really have to be fancy, memorable, or catchy. And the reason for that is because we're not doing SEO, we're not doing social media marketing. We're driving traffic instantly by paying for it. So we're going to be getting hundreds, thousands, or even tens of thousands of visitors, depending on your targeting and your budget. So when it comes to naming, that's all I recommend. As far as where to buy domain name, personally, I recommend Namecheap because that's where I buy all my domains. For me, support has never been an issue. The support is pretty awesome, in my opinion. And typically, depending on what time of the year you buy your domain names, if you do a quick search online, chances are you're going to find Namecheap promo codes. And there have been instances throughout the year, pretty much on a yearly basis, where they do sell domain names for around $1 with their coupon. Right now, their promo is only $8.88 per year for a .com website, it looks like. Shared hosting is 50% off right now. So it's not $1, but they still have some promo going on. So for me, that's just my preference. If you have another place you could buy domains, that works too. As long as you have a place to go and buy one, really doesn't matter. Just go ahead and do buy one. Now, for the sake of this lecture, or this entire course actually, I'll be using a Namecheap domain and a Namecheap hosting service. So just keep that in mind because that's the platform I'll be using and showing you how to use it. But in general, most hosting and domain setups are typically the same. So the UI might be a little bit different, but for the most part, similar. So if you're comfortable using something else, that's fine. But I'll be using Namecheap. So hope that helps. Just keep in mind that domain name tip I shared with you. Other than that, this is Paulo Perdue from libertyblueprint.com. I'll see you in the future lectures. Take care.